Hello everybody and welcome back to Revisiting the Wizarding World. This is a series where we go back, rewatch, and re-review every single Wizarding World movie, both Harry Potter franchise and the Fantastic Beasts franchise that's out so far, and at the very end we're going to be ranking them from worst to best, so make sure you hit subscribe down below so you don't miss out on that awesome video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about the final film in the Harry Potter franchise.
Excuse me?
What?
It's actually part one of the final movie. This came out in 2010 when there was that really big wave of breaking movies into parts 1 and part 2. So it's not actually the final movie.
Man, I do not miss those days. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the 7th film in the Harry Potter franchise, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. As Harry, Ron, and Hermione race against time and evil to destroy the Horcruxes, they uncover the existence of the 3 most powerful objects in the Wizarding world, the Deathly Hallows. This movie doesn't really see much change, if at all, from previous entries, as we still have the same director, actors, no new teachers, and in large just remains the same, so I don't have much to speak on in that regard. But I do like to call this movie the Lord of the Rings of the franchise, as there's a lot of walking, a lot of talking, and not really an abundance of action, though it's there's just not a lot of it. That being said, however, it serves 2 purposes in my mind. That of being able to be a bridge of explanation between Half-Blood Prince, which it seems to largely ignore and not even bother with explaining why the Potter crew doesn't go back to Hogwarts, while also setting up the actual finale and bigger spectacle of the last and final film. And in my opinion, this movie does get a lot less favor to other entries, primarily because of that exact reason. It feels like a step on the brakes, but it's more of a vertex before the final swing of the finale, which makes it seem like a low when in all honesty it's just ramping up to the end. But that's not to say that the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is boring. In fact, it contains some of my favorite scenes in the entire franchise, such as the trio breaking into the Ministry of Magic using Polyjuice Potion, the epic final scene of Voldemort taking the Elder Wand from Dumbledore's grave, the tragic death of Dobby, though that's not really a favorite, it's more just my summarization, and my personal favorite moment from this movie, the story of the 3 brothers. And actually, let's just stop right there for a second and talk about the story of the 3 brothers, because it was a complete change of pace not only for this movie, but the entire franchise as a whole. This roughly 3.5-minute animated sequence stuck in my mind the first time I watched it, and it will always consider as one of the best pieces of animation and storytelling, not only for this movie, but in general for animation. It's brief, it's concise, and it's a great story that puts some of the final pieces in place as to Voldemort's plan, and how your perception of items in previous films are completely changed forever. And since I've been complaining a lot about the various use of CG in this entire franchise, this was actually a very good step forward in the use of CG because it was completely immersed in the world of this animated scope. It wasn't trying to emboss and put itself within the world of Harry Potter and the live action universe, so it didn't look strange or off-putting. It just slowly transitioned into the story and back out of it again, and it was flawless. But there is still some bad CG scattered throughout this film. Thankfully, like Half-Blood Prince though, it does keep things pretty believable and grounded for the most part, though it does tend to stretch that boundary a little bit. So those are my overall thoughts on Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Was the video kind of short? Yeah, but like I said, it's very much a lot of walking, a lot of talking. There's not a lot to go over. It's a good movie, but is it great? For that, you'll have to find out where I rank it in my list in the epic finale, where I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best, the entire Wizarding World series. So make sure you hit like down below, subscribe, and ring the bell notification so you miss out on that video or any other random videos I may post in the meantime. And if you want even more awesome videos from me, head over to the Nerdgenic YouTube channel where I have videos all the time, including my weekly History of series, fun live streams and watch parties, and all sorts of other fun stuff, so go give them a subscribe as well. We would greatly appreciate your support. But other than that, that's all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video.